Hello YouTube and welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I have for you a very simple deck, nothing too crazy, using this card, Dark Blade, the captain of the evil world. Now first of all, I love the artwork in this card, just in all the Dark Blade cards in general. One of my favorite from when I used to play the actual card game. But anyway, once per turn you can banish one dark monster from your graveyard to target one level 4 or lower light monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card. You can only equip one monster at a time to this card with this effect. If this card in the field would be destroyed, the monster is destroyed instead. So it's kind of like a relinquish. You don't really get any benefit from taking their monster other than taking the monster away from your opponent. It does protect you, I guess, for one from destruction one time, but it doesn't get any kind of boost or anything like that, so it's not too great. It's also limited to level 4 or lower light monsters, so it's even harder to pull off. But it's an 1800 beater, and it's just something fun to play around with. So the way we get their monsters is by using Gen X Ally Changer in order to make whatever monster or opponent has light attribute monster. The other way we can do that is by using this card, DNA Transplant, which is from Bastion, level 40 rewards. So this card will just make all the monsters become whatever attribute you call, which obviously you're gonna call light. The other downside about this effect is that you have to banish a dark monster from your graveyard. So that's why we run the 2 Gen X Ally and then the Vorse Raiders, which actually, let me fix this. I don't know why this deck's still like this. Should be ashamed of myself. Where's my prismatic? There we go. There's a beautiful prismatic Vorse Raider. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, you can also banish a copy of itself, in order to activate the effect, because he is dark. And the rest of the deck is basic protection, because it's only 1800. It's not gonna help you deal with big monsters. So we have 1 Mirror Wall, 2 Wall of Disruption, 3 enemy controllers, and then we have Tribute to the Doom. I use it in a lot of different ways. I either dump a dark monster so that I have something to banish with my Dark Blade, or I just dump my extra copy of DNA Transplant if I don't need it. That's why Tribute to the Doom is in there. We also run 2 Lina the Light Charmer, which has a flip effect of taking control of a light monster your opponent controls, and then you get to keep it until this card leaves the field. So obviously this synergizes with DNA Transplant because you're going to be calling light, so now you can take any monster you want. And the only downside is that if it gets destroyed, you lose that monster, so you have to protect this card. That's also why I run the extensive enemy controllers and walls. But it's really cool. If your field is full and you have to take their monster just gets destroyed because there's no space for it on your side of the field. So it's really cool, because even if it's getting destroyed by battle with that monster, the effect still resolves. It just normally, once it gets destroyed after the damage step, the monster goes back. Like I said, if you have a field full of monster, the monster just gets destroyed. And then I wanted to run what tribute. I went back and forth between this Fiend, this Monarch, and Demok, and I decided to go with a 1 tribute monster, just because if I steal something with what's the name of this, Lina, like I was saying, you have to keep protecting her in order to keep that monster. So having a tribute, it's a nice way of just immediately using the monster and moving on without having to protect Lina every turn. But that's it for the decks. We're running balance because the skill is going away, so I might as well use it. And that's it. Let me show you guys some replays. I didn't get to play much today. I streamed earlier on, and then there was a ton of basketball, and I watched some baseball. So a lot of sports consumed my day. But here we're going up against Balance My, so double balance.
Duel.
I go first, I set my 2 back row and then just, summon my Force Raider. I'd rather lose Force Raider instead of Dark Blade since I had the DNA Transplant and I could do my play. It turns out he's running, or she's running, Guardian Statue control. He sends my Force Raider back into my hand, but he doesn't attack my Dark Blade. So I econ take, and the reason I did this is because I wanted to make sure that I could deal with the Guardian Statue, which is the more annoying card. I wasn't too afraid of Heavy Knight of the Flame, because if he tried to, attack into me, he would have to try to destroy my monster twice because it's being protected by the Guardian Statue. And then he's got Sergeant Electro, which is really annoying, unfortunately. So I have to activate my enemy controller prematurely, but I figured he would double attack the Dark Blade, which worked out for me. So I used Dark Blade's effect to take one of the Heavy Knights, and then I use my Lina to take Sergeant Electro. And after he econned right here, I decided to keep Sergeant Electro in defense mode. That way it couldn't attack into my Dark Blade, because I was gonna crash it, or before I drew Force Raider, my plan was to crash into Heavy Knight, since I was gonna be protected by the Heavy Knight that I have equipped. And at this point, I'm pretty much, I shifted control of the game by using both Dark Blade and Lina. Pretty cool win. And we got Joey Wheeler against Moda. I actually played this person a lot today. I don't know, it seemed like it was just the two of us in the King of Game rank at the time I was playing. Running a 25 card deck. He goes first, just sets 1 card, so I start attacking. I figured this was some variant of Last Gamble, because he wasn't committing too much. He's got Vanguard Dragon. I decide to protect my Force Raider, and I'm looking for my Dark Blade. Unfortunately, I haven't drawn it. You really want to see your Dark Blade early game, especially when you open with DNA Transplant. But having the Lina is not bad at all, and this is what I was talking about. He attacks into my face down, which is the correct play, to play around Mirror Wall. But it turns out I try to take his Blue Eyes. There's no room, so he just gets destroyed, and then he quits right after that. Oh, and this is against Moda again, back to back. Yeah, I remember now why I saved this replay. Because it was literally the duel after, and I went again. I was like, alright, I guess we're having a rematch. But I don't actually remember how the duel went. I'm going first, not the greatest hand. I do have the Transplant and a Lina, so I have a play in mind. He didn't dump any dragons, so he can't get over my 1800 defense. I decided to just go ahead and get rid of that Vanguard Dragon, since everything he had played was back row. And then he top decks into the Wyvern. I attempt to take control of it, or not control, equip it to my monster. He econ takes to avoid doing that. I didn't mind that he had to waste an enemy controller in order to do that. And then he finally goes for Last Gamble here. Gets super unlucky and rolls a 1, and then just quits. So he wasn't having the greatest of times, and I think that's the only reason I saved that replay, because it was either back to back or I don't know. I just remember dueling that person quite a bit. Jumbozo. I've been seeing a lot of burn lately on, just everyone using that Weevil burn with Bubble Man and stuff like that. I don't know if people are just trying out burn decks because that's gonna be their go-to during the KC Cup, and it is. It's definitely gonna be pretty annoying to deal with. this player is running Burn, but he's running Destiny Draw Burn. I was very surprised to see Boganian. It was a nice, it was nice to see something different. I decided to Econ Takes because two reasons. I wanted a Dark Monster in my grave to use Dark Blade's effect, and I didn't want to be taking damage from, the Mask of the Accursed. And I knew he wasn't going to be, go super aggressive, so I felt pretty confident in doing that. I get my Gen X Ally Changer, change the monster into light so I can get it. And I don't. Oh yeah, he loses to his own Burning Lance. I was like, I don't remember how the duel ended, but yeah, that's how it ended. And then this is gonna be our last duel. Man, I can't believe I don't have the Prismatic Force Raider in the deck list. Totally missed that. But to be fair, I built this deck before I got that Prismatic. I just hadn't had a chance to play test it a ton. Here we're going up against Bastion. I decided to not use my Tribute to the Doom. I wanted to see what he was playing first, so I was playing very, defensively. And he's playing Geminis, which is really cool. I haven't unlocked any of these Geminis yet, so it was interesting to see them at play. And this was the play that I was trying to make here. So I used Tribute to the Doom on the face down because I wanted to take this monster, and I knew Supervise was going to bring back the big Gemini, but I had my DNA Transplant and I had Lina face down, so I was going to destroy that way and then just swing directly. He's got the enemy controller to save himself from losing, but my advantage went too high. He has a field spell to to increase the attack of his water monsters. I don't know if you guys saw that. Where is the skill? Oh, I guess it doesn't show the skill. But anyway, and then he summoned his monster being a water, but because of my DNA Transplant, he didn't get the boost of the field spell, and then he just rage quit after that. I thought that was kind of funny. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Again, nothing crazy, just some cool shenanigans using this poor man's Relinquished with great artwork. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. And until next time.